Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy Tip. Max dropping by for a quick video about injured players, a little injury update for you guys. Week 17 is a very weird week, only 3 days of hockey in the first half, and the second week is just as weird with 1 or 2 games for many teams. This week I think we can take a timeout, analyze our team, and start getting ready for the fantasy playoffs and possibly stack up on injured players. I'll start with the goaltenders. It's been a year of ups and downs all around in the National Hockey League where fantasy managers have had trouble finding consistency more than usual. The first guy I want to talk about is Frederik Andersen, who should be back shortly after the All-Star break. I'm very cautious with players missing long periods of time and coming back mid-season or late season. But when it comes to Frederik Andersen, he's proven before that his game rarely depreciates. Yes, he is made of glass. Will he be back until the end? I don't know. But what we do know, however, is that he holds the 57th best all-time goals against average and the 22nd best save percentage of all time. 6th best among active goalkeepers. He is 4 wins, 1 loss on the year with a Stanley Cup contending team and only has 34 regulation losses in 116 matches since 2020. I'm willing to gamble on Andersen. If available, he's the type of goalie you hate to own when he gets injured, but you also hate to play against because he is so good when he's healthy. His estimated return is after the All-Star break. Another goalie is Joseph Woll. He should start skating after the All-Star break. Now, there's a musical chair happening in Toronto right now. Samsonov has looked really hot recently. Martin Jones did his job for a while. Where does Woll slate in? Does he come in as the 1A right away, or we'll be looking at a 1B who plays about 40% of the matchups? If you're having goalie problems, Woll could potentially save you and be a great addition, but the crease in Toronto is crowded, and I'm tempted to stay away. To stack 2 of the Toronto goalies is not a bad option either. Woll's estimated return is February 13th. And okay guys, I'm not here to talk about the fiasco surrounding Hockey Canada, but Carter Hart, from a hockey point of view, the Philadelphia Flyers should be trending downwards. I'm torn between telling you buy low or drop. It comes down to your instincts, where you rank, what kind of goalies you have. If you can buy for super cheap and stash him, go ahead. If you're good in nets and he's your third, sure, drop him. It won't hurt your team that bad. I'm not gambling on Hart, but I hope this situation ends rapidly and that the truth comes out as soon as possible so we can get back to business. His estimated return, of course, is non-disclosed, but what we do know is that the London police, should make charges by February the 5th. Now let's take a look at some forwards. Personally, this is the best time to better your squad with injured players who look to return for fantasy playoffs. First up, Connor Bedard. Has he lived up to being the first overall drafted player? Absolutely. Has he lived up to being a top 2 round fantasy draft pick? I wouldn't say so. That doesn't mean he won't be an asset come fantasy playoffs, and if you can target him while he's injured for the low, go right ahead. His estimated return is February 21st. Now, Valeri Nichushkin doesn't have an injury. He's in the Players Assistance Program, and since this is not a regular injury, we have little knowledge as to when he'll be back. But when he does, he's a must start, he's a must own. He's also a very sketchy guy to target due to his history, but one I'm 100% willing to gamble on. One example I sent out in a league where I'm in second place and I have room on my IR is Sean Couturier and Thomas Harley for Nichushkin. That trade could go both ways, where Val might not even come back and shame on me, I lost. But if he does, you get an above point per game player who plays with the best player on the planet at the moment. His possible return would be between February 15th and February 28th. Nothing sure though. Patrick Kane is up next. I lasted the first quarter of the season with Kane on my bench in the hopes that he'd be good following surgery, and he has. The problem is he is injury prone, he is made of glass, but a right winger that's almost a point per game pace, he's got 16 points in 19 games, is always a winning formula. Hold if you have, do not overpay on a trade, and scoop him off the wire if he's there. His estimated return is right after the All-Star break. He should be back in action. Now, Viktor Arvidsson. What is fun with Arvidsson is no matter where he ends up in the lineup, he'll get a quality centerman and some power play time. The Kings need help, and his return could help the team more than people think. Test him out if he's on the wire. His estimated return should be around February 10th. Now, this one's for the deeper league. Alex Newhook, wondering on which power play he'll play and where he'll slot in once the deadline is over. He's got 13 points in 22 games, and he should be a great streaming option in the next few months. His estimated return is February 17th. Now, let's talk about Jack Hughes, 99% rostered, 45 points in 32 contests. Fantasy hockey first round pick. To me, he's too expensive to buy at this time. His estimated return should be right after the All-Star break as well. Mikael Granlund, 14% rostered. This guy was absolutely elite in December. And if you acquire him and he decides to go on a run like that during fantasy playoffs, you're on your way to hit the promised land. Only 14% rostered. He's a good kept secret. Still, despite his 29 points in 38 games, sure, the minus 10 is a little scary. But the return of Logan Couture, the growth of youngsters from the first half might make this Sharks team halfway decent for the last push. His estimated return is around Valentine's Day. I did the same deal for Mark Scheifele that I did for Nichushkin, Sean Couturier, and Thomas Harley. Yes, even following his multi-point performances, the Jets are incredible this year, really going under the radar and even getting positive results with injuries. I think Scheifele is having the best season of his NHL career overall, and he should keep it up. He's got 41 points in 41 games, and with the IR tag stuck on him right now, it's a great time to buy low. He should return on February 6th, so hurry up, guys. Now let's jump into defensemen, guys. The first guy is Dougie Hamilton, who is a very dangerous gamble since he'd only be back for the fantasy semifinals or finals. And who knows if he's even going to be ready. This is the type of guy you stack up if you've got 3 IR spots in your league, or 2 but have a full healthy team. He's got 16 points in 20 games this year, 74 points last year. Dougie is elite territory and a good booster for the playoffs. Do not trade for him, but stash if you can. His estimated return should be around March 19th, March 21st. Now, Ryan Pulock is a blocking machine and the second best power play option in New York after Noah Dobson. He's like a really good RB2 stuck behind a top 5 RB1. He's like the Alexander Matheson to Dalvin Cook in 2021. All right, enough football references, but if you know, you get what I'm saying. I like Pulock a lot. He's got 6 points in 25 games, and that is not to be expected with him. We should expect more. I think he can be a sneaky add to the end of the year, most leagues, especially due to his blocking prowesses. And if Dobson gets injured, he's the number 1 guy. His estimated return is February 8th, so right around the corner. And finally, Mikhail Sergachev. Highly owned for an injured guy on a massive down year. 64 points, 27 power play points, plus 13 in 79 games last season. This year, 2 goals, 17 assists, minus 15 in 33 games. First time ever, he is in the minus for him. Are we going to see statistical correlation when he comes back or follow-up of what we've seen so far? I like Sergachev to bounce back, and you can target him for cheaper than usual, especially while he still has the IR tag on. His estimated return is February 7th, but there is no Yahoo notification. So guess what, guys? There is room to fleece Sergachev owners. Little heads up for the Sergachev owners who will get trade offers. Now, let's take a quick look at the guys who did come back from long-term injuries. Logan Couture, 1 assist, 3 shots, 28 face-offs, 7 hits, 5 blocks, only -1 in 4 games. We've got a nice floor with Couture here. PP1 option. I think the shot volume will significantly go up. The points will come. He's definitely an asset in Cats League. And I believe he is an elite streamer in Points League. You can pick him up, drop him. Up to you guys. Next is Max Pacioretty. 1 goal, 6 assists, -1, 27 shots, 12 hits, and 2 blocks in 12 games. I've been speaking about him for a month or two. I wanted to see what he would give in a 10 to 12 game trial, and here we are. More than 0.5 points per game, above 2 shots, 1 hit per game, including 3 power play points in 12 games. He's now earned himself the PP1 spot with Ovechkin in Washington and currently skates on the second line at right winger. So possible right wing eligibility incoming, constant power play threat. Pacio should be more rostered by fantasy playoff time, and the goals will start appearing, guys. I like what I'm seeing, I'm holding. And finally, Zack Werenski. 2 assists, +2, 1 power play points, 9 shots, 1 hit, and 6 blocks in the 3 games that he's been back. This is exactly why we drafted him. Elite shot volume for a defenseman, great blocking, PP1 quarterback that produces. Knowing his fragility, I still targeted him because he's the kind of guy I want on my team come playoff time. He's like a 13 forward, honestly. Let's hope he remains healthy, and I invite you to target him as well. I still don't understand how he's only 62% rostered. Like, in what world is Dougie Hamilton more rostered than Zack Werenski right now? So here's a little piece of advice. Target Werenski, especially if you have Hamilton. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked this video of the 15 or so guys who are on the verge of coming back. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments down below who you think will have the biggest impact upon their return. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to our channel. We always appreciate it. It was good to be with you guys, and I will see you next week. Good luck to everyone.